guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age. We're in our 13th year homeschooling this year. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified of all of my future videos. Today, I'm going to be doing a homeschool plan with me in my Erin Condren teacher planner. This is the Inspire design for 2023-2024. I absolutely love it. It has so much space for all of the notes and anything that I could possibly want to record. There is space for in this planner. Now, I do a pretty big overview plan for the year. I have all of the curriculum and resources that I hope to get through, that I plan to get through during the school year, but my actual planning is done on a weekly basis. So I will sit down typically on Sundays, sometimes Monday morning early if I am busy on Sundays, and I will start getting my plan ready for the week. And so that is what I'm going to do right now. This is the first year that I purchased label stickers. These are the subject label stickers from Erin Condren, and I have some for everybody in a different color, and that is the first thing that I need to do. I forgot on my monthly reset day last week to put stickers on for August, so I have not done the stickers for August. And if these look crooked, I mean, they probably will be crooked, but I can't be bothered with it at the moment. And in fact, I wasn't even planning to do my planning today, and today is Sunday the 30th. I was going to push it off until tomorrow. I don't know if I will finish. This might be a 2-part video. Well, it'll be one video, but I might film it over 2 days. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just write some of the daily stuff down. Oops. I do color code everybody. This is our family color, so if everybody's doing it, it's purple. Jack is blue. Lucy is this lilac color. This is a dual tip marker from Erin Condren. And then Emma is this, it's kind of like this color, even though it kind of looks pink. I am not going to write anything else. Maybe I'll do black for me. I'm not sure. Okay. Typically, if I am writing anything, it is just in the purple in here because it involves everybody and mom. So first thing that we do every Monday is our Monday meeting, where I go over the plan for the week, anything that we have going on outside of the house, which this week there is some stuff going on. Wednesday is our passion project day. So the focus is supposed to be on passion projects. However, I also have an appointment to get a sticker at 9 a.m. and we are going to be going back to school shopping after that. So this is why I do weekly planning, because I do not always know things that are going to be happening months in advance. This appointment for the car I just made on Friday. So had I planned out my week already, I would have to adjust this entire day's plan, which if I planned out more than a week in advance would screw up everything. It would just kind of snowball. So this is the first thing that I do. I kind of go through and make sure that I have everything listed down for when we're going to be out of the house or special projects that are going on for that day. Today is the screen-free day. I keep saying today, it's Friday. Whatever day I'm writing on, that is the day that I'm referring to. Then what I will do is I will put the kids' dailies down. So Emma goes for a run every day, multiple times. So one thing that I did last week during my monthly reset, this is not something that I've done for a while, is I filled out daily habit trackers for the kids. And so this is the entire month of August, and I have just crossed off the days when we're not doing particular subjects. I did this in advance so that I am able to kind of glance at this to make my plan out. Part of it is because we are still in our slow start. We're still getting used to resources, getting used to different rhythms. We do have a week off because towards the end of the month, we'll have been doing school for 6 weeks. And so we will take our first week off and we will continue doing reading, and they will continue working on their passion projects. Emma and Jack will be, but we will be off from mom school essentially. So I won't be planning as much then. It'll be a reverse record keeping kind of week. So I'm actually really excited about this. I think it's going to be a little bit easier for me to say, okay, what are we doing when? When do we need to do a specific thing? Of course I did this. The second is when, yes. Okay. So I did take off the right things. Let's start with Emma, shall we? Oh, you know what I said first? I was gonna do their dailies, which I'm not doing so good at this right now. All right, breakfast, get ready, Bible. So these 3 things are things that they do every day. I won't be able to fit it on Wednesday. Okay, so that is the first thing that I have to do, get those daily things down. And these are just habits that we're working on. I mean, technically I don't need to write them down. Every day they are doing breakfast, they're getting ready, and they're doing their Bible, but I am just writing them down because we're trying to get into a better morning rhythm instead of just waking up at all parts of the morning and kind of meandering through a morning routine. Having a little bit more direction is definitely helpful, I think. Emma will have World Watch, which is what we use for current events. She will be doing that every day except for Friday. And Jack also does World Watch, but I will put it on each morning. Wordly Wise is the vocab program that we use, which I love. I think I started using it when Emma was in 5th grade, maybe. Now, at some point, I will stop writing these daily things down on my schedule. She will still be doing them, but I won't need to double check to make sure that she's doing them. We're still getting into our back to school rhythm, which is part of the reason that I made these habit trackers, so that they can check off each day that they are doing the specific thing that they are supposed to be doing. So that's kind of what I am doing at the moment. Although, you know, it is possible that I will continue to write it down just so that I have record of her doing those things. I mean, I will have her Wordly Wise book when it's completed. I will have her narration notebook when that is completed. I don't know if I really need to write it down, but I am at the moment, and I may continue all year. We will see. I will not write passion project down here. I will just, once she's done for the day, I will write down what she did for her passion project. The expectation is to do something, a little bit of something every day. Regardless of the day and regardless of what the passion project is, whether it's her continuing to write on her book, her new book that she's writing, if she is working on an animation, that's also fine. If she is working on recording an audiobook for the book that she did for NaNoWriMo last year, she's been releasing 1 chapter at a time. So that is also a passion project for her. She has a lot of different interests and things that she's working on. And so as long as she's doing something, I want them to always be working on something that they enjoy and they're interested in pretty much daily. I think that that's really important. Okay, so now we're going to move into what I would consider the mom school subjects, and I do have to look at the calendar because Emma has Spanish 3 and chemistry are both through BJU Press, and so there's a whole calendar online, and I will write it down here. And then she also has Algebra 2 with teaching textbooks, which I have to see what lesson she is on. Okay, and we are getting right into chemistry through BJU Press. We have the labs from chapter 1 that we actually have to do. I'm not sure when we're going to do those. They are baking 3 different types of biscuits and then doing like a video on safety. So she's going to do those. We just haven't done them yet. I'm not sure when we're going to fit them in, but we will do them because they are relatively easy labs that we can just do on our own without like a ton of chemicals and such. So I do want to get those in. So Algebra 2, and I have to say, Emma is so happy to be done with geometry. She looks forward to algebra every day. We were at my husband's family barbecue last week, and somebody asked what her favorite subject this year was so far, and she said Algebra 2. So that makes me really happy. I'm kind of surprised that she said that, actually. I think she's just so relieved to be done with geometry that she is just all in on algebra again. But I have heard people say that you either have a geometry brain or you have an algebra brain. My brain is definitely an algebra brain, and I think that hers is as well. Okay, now I have to figure out what she's going to be doing for history. We're reading this book, 7 Men Who Rule the World from the Grave. It is really interesting and has given us a lot of questions and discussion, and I love it. I really do. It's a lot of fun for me. I know. Seems so silly, but I definitely enjoy it. And then, not writing her English down yet. What is she doing? She's doing Murder on the Orient Express, and I think she will finish that this week. I need to look at my list of stuff. Okay. So this week she will finish Murder on the Orient Express, and then she also has a paper on what makes a compelling plot, which she'll go through in the instructor's guide. We'll go through it on Monday, and then she will either turn it in on Thursday or Friday. I do not always do 2 papers a week like they have on the schedule. Yeah, so last week she had a self-portrait. She had to write a description about herself, so she needs to send me that. She didn't send the Google file to me, so I just need to make sure that that is done. I need to figure out if I'm going to have her start The Great Gatsby next week or not. If you saw my Brave Writer choices, The Great Gatsby is a slingshot that I want Emma to do this year, but that slingshot is not going to be released, I don't believe, until April. And so I'm trying to figure out if I want to just have her read the book now, or if I want to push out reading the book until next year, when, like, probably in March, before we do the slingshot. I'm really not sure. We may end up just moving right to the slingshot on Jane Eyre, which I think is the first one. She read Jane Eyre last year for English, and so she's not going to reread the book, but we are going to be doing the slingshot, so maybe we'll start doing that next week. Not this week. The second week in August. We shall see. Okay, so Murder on the Orient Express. She'll finish that this week. She has that paper. What else does she need to do? I think that is everything that I want her to do for the week. I think. No, it's not. Just kidding. We finally started this Finding the Career That Fits You. I talked about this several times last year in update videos, that was the next book that we were going to use for personal development. And we did start it last week, so we're going to continue working on it this week. I think last week was just more introductory stuff, and this week I think is going to be some different personality assessments and stuff. So I love personality stuff. I'm really excited to see what some of these personality assessments actually bring up for her. That'll be a lot of fun, I think. I know it's, not everybody would find it exciting, but I definitely do. All right, so that is Emma. And then if anything else that she works on during the week, I will definitely write down for her, but I won't write it ahead of time. I will write it after the fact. Okay, let's see. Pedro's journal. We are starting Beginner's American History. Okay. Singapore 3A, exercise 9. I'm not going to put math on Wednesday because I don't know if I will have enough time. Reading, she is doing Jake Drake Bully Buster, and so she will finish that book this week. And then we are going to be doing Spelling UC, week 1. We will see how this goes, but it is a 5-day program, so I'm not sure how it's going to go. She's also supposed to be starting cursive on the 1st and on the 3rd. It's a lot of writing for her this year. Language arts, so she is doing week 3, copy work 1, and then copy work. We are still doing our butterfly unit. She has released her butterflies and they all hatched. One did have deformed wings, but all of the rest of them did fine. And in fact, the one that had the deformed wings lived until we put it outside, and then it did not make it, unfortunately. I don't know why I put units instead of just unit. I'm not going to put it on Wednesday because, again, I don't think that we have a ton. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's going to be a light day for her on Wednesday, I think, is what the bottom line is. Okay, and then history is going to be Beginner's American History, which is a new resource that we have not done before. And so I'm interested to read that. I do not have space to write or read aloud in here. We are supposed to be reading The Witch at Blackbird Pond. If I were actually following all of this, we'd be reading Peacemaker, but I'm not reading Peacemaker to her. It's not one of my favorite books. I mean, I like the book, but I don't think that she's going to be able to really sit through it. So we're not reading Peacemaker. I did start with The Witch at Blackbird Pond. I've never read that book before. I'd heard so many people say it's an amazing book. We made it through like 5 chapters, and it was not for us. And so we're reading Trumpet of the Swan right now instead, which we all like so much better. Okay, American History Visual Encyclopedia. And I'm not writing pages because I will read the book and I'll just read as much as I want to read. So it may be 5 pages when I read Beginner's American History, or I might read 10 pages on Monday. And then I might read 5 pages on Tuesday, and then I might go ahead on Wednesday, or I might just not read it at all and just start working on American History, a visual encyclopedia, and read several more pages. That's just how we do history. I just read as much as I feel like reading. That's kind of what I do. Okay, I do have from Trumpet of the Swan. And I do have a dart from Brave Writer that I got several years ago of Trumpet of the Swan, and I think I will probably pull that out, not this month, but once we've gotten much farther in the book, I will probably do that. Okay, so there's Emma and Lucy. Now we have to do Jack. So Jack also has moved to 2 columns this year instead of just 1 column. And then this column is a family column, which we have not really started any family type things. Typically I will write like read alouds, or if I'm doing personal development with both Jack and Emma, I will write it down there. Or if we work on a project together, I will also write it down. That's kind of what I use this section for. We're not there yet because we are still in our slow start. It may not seem like it with all of the subjects, but we are getting into finally all of our subjects and just trying to see how that goes. And then eventually we will add more enrichment type stuff, etc. Okay, so first is his English. He is going to be starting A Misfortune. We'll see how much he likes that book. He doesn't like me to choose books for him, and That's unfortunate because I do choose books for him, but he does a good job of getting through them, which I'm pleased with. This month is also when he's going to be starting the Hunger Games Boomerang, so we will be working on that. I believe it comes out on August 1st. I did not subscribe to the whole Boomerang for the year, even though there are several that we want to do this year, but I need to print that out. I need to purchase it first of all, but we will start that on Tuesday. All right, so he has Algebra 1, Lesson 12. He is doing Japanese every day. I do not know what lesson he's on, but he does do a lesson every day. So I will just write Japanese, and then I will come in after I find his book. Let me just do it this way and write whatever lesson he's doing. And he's really doing a great job with Japanese, so that is excellent. And then let's see, we are going to be starting Colonial America, and we have not started Jack's Science yet, but we will be starting that soon. And then the other thing, I didn't write down the daily things, so World Watch and then narration. Yes, okay, so that is all for Jack this week. We haven't started science yet. I don't think that I'm going to actually start him with science until after we come back from our first break. I am going to be using some new to me resources, some different things that I've never used before, and I'm still not quite ready. He is helping me a lot with the garden and working outside on garden type things and preserving food and canning and all of that stuff. So he is getting some science. It's just not curriculum-based science, I guess is what I would say. I am writing little summaries of information at the end of the month to kind of give an overview of what he has done in particular subjects that I'm not planning out. But for the most part, these are the subjects that are high school courses for him this year: English, Japanese, history, English, Japanese, history, and Algebra 1, yes. But science, I'm unsure if I'm going to give him a credit for physical science for this year. It's really going to depend on how much we actually end up doing, if we get that 120 to 180 hours of work completed, or if we are doing a lighter science year. I'm still unsure about that. Okay. So that is Jack, and I don't have anything for family right now. So this is my plan for the week of the 31st through August 4th. I'm really happy with how things look. I think that we'll be able to get stuff done. The other part of my planning for the week is to actually write the kids' lists. They have not moved into the new months quite yet for August. Emma still has to set up August and get all of her appointments and cross-country schedule, everything into her monthly planner or her monthly calendar. But what I do is I will come in and I will write her list in here, and then she writes any additional things that she's going to be doing. So thankfully in this compact vertical weekly planner from Erin Condren, there's plenty of space for me to write out her whole list, and it doesn't take up this entire section. I mean, it could if I wrote really big, but I will kind of write smaller and have checks for her. And then this, in conjunction with this daily habit tracker, will hopefully keep her on track to make sure that she's getting everything done that she needs to. Now, in the past, I have used these weekly schedule sheets from Erin Condren. I have all the different varieties that they've sold over the years. And I would give Jack and Emma one of these, and they would transfer the information into their planner. But I have found that it makes the most sense for me to just write it in their planner, and then for them to write any additional things that they are going to be working on underneath what I write, instead of transferring all of the information from this list into the planner. It just didn't make sense. I do still use this for Lucy though, and it's very helpful. So I will write Emma's stuff in here. I probably will not do that until the morning. I will write Lucy's stuff on this weekly schedule pad. And then Jack has this middle school planner from Not Consumed, and he has his August calendar all set up because this is undated. So he does have to set up each month and write in the days and all of that stuff and any appointments and everything like that. But I will go through and I will just write his list here, and I will write any extra habits or cross out things that I don't need him to work on over here. I have no idea what this section is for. I never really figured it out, so I don't know if it's grades or what, or assignments maybe. That could be it. I don't know, but this is the section that we primarily use. So I will write his list here, but again, right now it is 5:30 and I need to start figuring out dinner. So this is where I'm going to leave off this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have questions about anything that I talked about, or you want to see any of the resources that I'm using, please let me know in the comments, or you can email me. My contact form is always in the description box. I do have curriculum choice videos that go through all of these resources pretty in depth, I feel like. So I will also leave a link for my homeschool planning playlist for 2023-2024 in the description box if you're interested in that. Thank you again so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.